You're watching SBA Today. With all the latest news, stories, and advice, here are your hosts, Paul Long and Tanya Mazurek.
And welcome to SBA Today, presented by Res Title, your SBA title experts for the week of October 13th. I am Paul.
We have a special guest. Guess who? Mr. Ray Drew.
I made it, Mom.
Nobody's going to do that with me?
Wow, Mom.
Mom, what is?
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
No, I'm saying I
made
it.
Big news. What?
I'm not calling Tanya my mom, for the record.
See, I was wondering. See?
Hey, I call me your mom. I'll kick your freaking dude. I'll show you, Mom. Yeah, my kids will tell you that is not a good side of me until I get. So we are entering day 14 of the shutdown, guys, and so we wanted to talk a little bit about some of that. But here we go. So Paul, I know you said that you had a question.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's definitely, I got quite a few customers that are on edge. I'm sure you all do as well. Mm-hmm. What are you hearing from the customer side?
Well, they aren't really happy.
Yeah,
no, seriously, from the customer side, it's nerve-wracking right now.
Right.
Don't you think? It's a little heavy. It's a little, just across the board, I think people are scared. Be the borrowers, they're either scared, they're angry, fear, right? This is what I've always found out.
Yep.
Yeah, nobody really knows when this is gonna end, especially this atmosphere that we got going right now. But
said it before, I'll say it again. It will last over 30 days.
Over 30.
Yeah.
We're only
That's exactly what I think.
Yeah. What do you think, Ray?
I think, people are definitely frustrated. I mean, Congress has such a low approval rating to begin with, and then to hear that they're standing in the way of you getting the loan to open your business or acquire your business, it's just like, oh, geez. I mean, of course.
Right.
It's frustrating, and we're getting to the point now where it's actually starting to impact transactions, because I think most of us pulled a bunch of LPs up until we could, and that kind of buys you some time. But now we're looking at the end of the month for some closings that don't have PLP, and we're just like, this is totally up in the air.
I think next week it'll get even worse because of that end of the month closing. 100% right. Yep.
Well, there's
so Tanya, what do you think? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, well, what are some things that borrowers can do in this craziness?
Yeah. What I was going to talk about a little bit is organize financials, guys. Get your your documentation, your business plan. I mean, come on. This is the time when you can spend, right? Doing all that I always ask you for anyway. Well, hey, you got some time, right? So get your business plan in order, get your projections in order. Make sure those projections aren't version 2, version 3, version 4. Get your projections in order so that we can use them whenever we move forward. Complete due diligence on your purchases. Stay connected with your lender or broker. Be upfront with your challenges. This is a big one for me.
Yeah.
Right? What your challenges are, so we'll be prepared and help you along the way as well. Versus, what is it? Being that I hope they don't find out. I guess it is kind of how I've seen some of it. Just get your ducks in a row, and I don't know. That's a big one, I guess.
Well, I think
How about you guys?
I think this is a good opportunity for them to, do more due diligence, because what's wrong with a little more due diligence, right? But I mean, one of the things that not just one of the things, but one thing that I guarantee is going to happen is when the SBA reopens, like when you leave for vacation for a week and then you come back and you're like, why did I go on vacation? This isn't a vacation for them, but it's that feeling, right? You know, there's going to be a heavy backlog, slower servicing, liquidation, all of those types of things. Expired documents may have to be redone, or you're over a few days on your personal financial statement or something like that. You know, have a, you know, there's a high email volume for SBA staff. You need something. And man, again, this scares me the most. And that's why working with a PLP lender like the three of us is critical. Because for GP lenders, it's not going to be a pretty turnaround for those going GP.
And you know, crazy, I was a GP lender the last 18. I was a GP lender at that time, and I can flat out tell you that is not a fun, because the lines are long.
But my friend got their loan approved. Why isn't mine?
Well, and nowadays, think about it. We have less people in the SBA than there was even worse.
True.
When I was at the Flagel conference a few, I guess it was almost maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago. What's his name was there from SBA? What's the guy that does all the franchise stuff? He's like the lawyer.
Oh, I can picture his face. Yeah,
he's like the guy that does all the franchise agreements, and he said there was about a backlog of 200 franchises that were looking to get on the directory, and they're trying to get that down to something more manageable. I think their goal was a 15 business day turnaround, but I don't think they were anywhere close to that at the time, because it was feeling like more like 2 months. But now look at what the shutdown is going to do. I mean, these things presumably are piling up. And I just looked at a franchise deal today, and they're not on the directory. They're looking to sell their business. You've got to imagine it's 3 to 4 months at this point. I don't know. I would
think so too. It's not going to be easy.
One of many issues right now that's happening. So what can people do? I mean, communication is probably the biggest thing, is because you know, if you're in a business acquisition situation, the seller's going to just get frustrated, and rightfully so. I mean, this process for them has been going on so long, going back to just thinking about selling the business in the first place. But the thing to remember is, you know, buyers they should be proactive and just send in everything you can, so that when the government does open, all you have to do is pull PLP and close. And we just don't know when that's going to be. So whether that's next week, next month, or in 2 months, the closing is going to be unpredictable. But what's the seller going to do? Not sell their business? I mean, just if you go and find a different buyer, they're going to run into the same issue. So it's just about keeping the communication open and fluid. And then other than that, call your congressman.
True.
Right.
But having that fatigue though, let's say for example, okay, you won, you know, the LOI, and you're involved, but you know that you got a cash buyer behind you. And this is where it's going to get dirty, right? And
are these cash buyers real, Paul?
What was that?
Are these cash buyers real? I always hear about.
Well, I'm not sure about that, because they sure don't. I don't see them, but you're right. They say cash buyer, and it's like going and buying a car, and then all of a sudden they need a loan at the end. But that does.
They're going to have that a lot in the real estate, though, Paul. For sure, estate you'll find the cash buyers.
I mean, that's
real estate deal. You know, you definitely will find stay with the seller on that, especially on those real estate deals as well, because there could be somebody on the back end. Don't try to just pretend like nothing is going on.
And remember, the landlords too, they want to move on as well. So, I mean, there's that. I mean, there's just so many moving pieces, and my heart goes out to these people who are buying the businesses, and even those who are selling, who have their plane tickets to Tahiti and they're ready to go. And now they're not going to be at the end of the month. It's now going to be maybe mid-November, and it's just, it's scary. Right. So now, Tanya, you always have to put your, I'm sorry.
I was going to say also those that are trying to expand or something like that, or they needed the money during the slow season, which we talk about all the time. If you can get the money in advance of when you specifically need it, that's obviously the better route. However, right now you might be one of those that's in that you really need it. And for those, I also call. So yes, I do always have to. I know where you're going with this.
Yes.
I always have to put my personal side, right? I can't help it. I mean, come on, being the girl on here, maybe, with the heart. See my rose? Anyway,
it's from Mark
right now.
Mark,
what's that?
It's from
Mark with the C from the Mark program. Yeah, that's
Mark
definitely
from a C. Yep.
Yeah.
You guys know who's
all those manuals
right now?
Give me roses.
You know who's having a field day right
what's
now?
that?
Who?
MCA lenders. I mean, think about the marketing messaging they're putting out there right now. Oh, government shutdown, not a problem over here. Just for the low price of 40% APR, totally get you that money.
A problem.
And then what happens? You can't refinance out of it. They're stuck.
Yep.
I was going to say we can't refinance out anymore. I've talked about that quite a few times actually. Scary.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what should borrowers do right now? Should they should they be nice to people, or what's your deal on that?
Yeah, because he knows it. The whole point is borrowers and sellers navigating the uncertainty. You need to be kind, right? Doing the best that they can. Lenders are get you through. Be as nice as you can to them as well. They also are going through this out here. Really need to recognize, I guess, the uncertainty is creating challenges for everybody, and so being kind, and that doesn't just mean your borrowers, your sellers, the lenders, it doesn't mean that. It means everybody. I mean, it could be like yesterday I was traveling, the TSA agents that are working and they're not actually getting paid now. They say they're going to get paid after the fact. These days, who can tell? But I mean, it's been to everybody because upset, pain, and fear is really high right now. So people are on edge. They might speak to you in a challenging way. Be kind. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes with them. They could be losing everything because of this daggum thing. And it could be, all it takes. Big one on this. We're in a really challenging space right now. Be kind to each other, especially.
And I'm sure when you were going through your TSA line, you were saying, "I love you, I love you." See, yeah.
I didn't say I love you, but I was like this. I absolutely did. You know me. Shoot,
here's a nickel because you're not getting paid.
Rose came from actually is just that just for no reason just gave me a rose. So there you go.
Well, hey, we have our special guest on because he has something to share, and I am just holding on to my desk here because I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I'm sure it will be big in typical Ray Drew fashion. So Ray, floor is yours. What's going on, man?
Yeah, well, so this whole thing kind of started with starting the podcast back in 2019, the Art of SBA Lending, and since then we've grown, we've pivoted, we've just followed along in the journey, and after 6 years, I'm retiring from the podcast. So we're on our last 3 episodes that we're going to be releasing here in the coming month or so, and that's it. It was just an amazing journey. Got to talk to so many people, got to hear from so many people, and now I'm passing the baton to you guys to continue the content journey.
Wow. And the BDO show is still going on, right? Because
that is big.
The BDO show is actually dropping with a new cast on Monday.
Oh, that's very interesting news.
Season 3 is dropping on I think Monday, I want to say. And we got a new cast, so it's going to be exciting. And then
interesting. Can you share who the cast is, or is that too secretive? You have to.
No, we can share. It's the West Coast. It's the West Coast crew. Daniel Park.
Oh,
With Andrew and John. They actually did a episode
yeah.
For the BDO.
Daniel Park's Mr. 100 million, isn't he?
$100 million man. And, I was out in, Orange County. They're all in like LA. And I was out there this summer, and I was like, cause the BDO show was really founded on the chemistry of the group of BDOs. I mean, it was just all about that chemistry. Same thing with you guys. And so I saw that, who am I gonna reach out to for this next season? And it's like, when I went out there, I saw they had this crew that reminded me of like Alan and Chris and Sterling from the first season and the second season. And so I reached out to them, and they were like, hell yeah, let's do it. So
that's awesome. That's a great crew. And
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, what we want to know, are you changing us?
No, that's different.
Are you changing the Paul and Tanya?
They're going to replace us with AI.
The BDO show is more like the real world. It's like you want to circulate new cast, but you guys are more like Regis and Kelly. That's like a 10-year.
Oh, gotcha. That's what it is. Gotcha.
I want to be Regis.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's okay. Kelly's been around longer than Regis, at least on the show.
Exactly. So see, Paul taking off. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, Ray, thanks for doing everything you've done for the industry on there. And I know you're definitely not going away. You definitely, will pop up in different ways, as you always do. But you make such a great impact to this industry. We'll just have you on here as guests.
Well, and guess what, Paul? We're going out with a bang. So do you want to hear what the last 3 episodes are going to look like?
Ooh, why, yes.
Okay. This is exclusive stuff just for SBA today. And our friends at Red Title. So last 3 episodes are my biggest 3 episodes ever. And that's saying a lot, because we just had the Money Store reunion.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Huge. And so it's going to be Heidi Whitesell, who's someone I worked for. She it's just an amazing story. I don't want to spoil it, but that is it's going to be a really crazy, heartfelt story that she's sharing for the first time there. And then the next one is going to be sitting down with Chip Mahan, the CEO of Live Oak Bank.
Oh.
And then the final one's going to be a reunion episode with the people that brought me into SBA and taught me from the very beginning. And so I went to Orlando and sat down with the 4 loan officers that worked right, in my office when I was 22, teaching me these guys don't do a lot of media or anything like that. So it's just, we're all kind of having a reunion. It was one of my favorite episodes to record. And after we recorded it, because this was downtown Orlando and I worked downtown Orlando. And so we actually walked over to where we used to work, which was this bank building with 2 floors above it that were office. And I worked on the 2nd floor. And we went into the bank, and someone I was with, he banks there and he knows them. So he's like, hey, any chance we can go upstairs so I can see where I used to work? Because I hadn't been there for 12 years. And so we ended up getting upstairs, and it was exactly how I left it. Like, it was crazy. Like, the setup was exactly the same. The carpet was the same. My desk was there. My phone was there, where I used to pound the phones every day. And I got so emotional. And luckily I vlogged it. So I'm going to release this at some point. But man, what a crazy experience.
That is so cool. That is very cool. I look forward to hearing those, and I know the audience definitely does too. And who knows, you may get some other idea waking up in the middle of the night and be like, hey, I got a podcast for this on SBA, and it's Ray, right? Like, it just, who knows what happens.
I'm just so thankful.
And I think go ahead.
That came on it, and
go ahead, Ray.
I had some great guests. I was actually thinking back at some of my favorite guests I had, and I'm just so lucky people would come on and be brave enough to kind of talk openly on the internet, because it's just not something you did back in 2019. I couldn't even get a guest. Like, I was just here talking to the mic, and then eventually we got some guests, and that just kind of evolved.
So did you reach out to Donald Trump? Is there like why couldn't you get him as your final like Mike?
I mean, I definitely reached out to the administrator.
Of course you did.
No, I think I
Yes.
like my ending here. It's going to be really good.
That's
You know,
awesome.
We're going to keep doing stuff out here in the industry. I mean, I still got a little ways to go, but this was sort of the launching pad to the future, and so it's going to be great. And I'm really looking forward to taking a little break because I got a little 3-week-old. So just going to be.
That's awesome, and
A
congratulations.
big one, Ray. That's one of the reasons he got so emotional. I think it's got all those hormones.
That's right. I think that's right.
That's
Oh
it.
yeah, but no, congratulations on your little one.
I was going to say something else. I'll let that go.
What's the name? Let's hear.
So my first kid is a girl, and then the second one here is a boy. So their names are Tanya and Paul.
Right. Right.
You're so.
That's funny. That's funny.
Well,
Well, congratulations, man.
yeah, congrats. Pay attention to that moving forward. The last 3 episodes are going to be. Anyway, all right, guys. So that is it for today. And remember, go back and check us out on some of the past episodes. But Wednesday mornings on LinkedIn and or YouTube or any of the streaming platforms. Go back, check older episodes and or the Art of SBA Lending video show. You got 3 more episodes of the Art of SBA Lending, but you're going to have, the past series for some. If you got questions, Paul and Mike, please reach out to us on our LinkedIn to chat with you. If you've got and you let us know, comment, share, and other than that, we appreciate you guys, and we will see you next week.
See you later.
See you guys.